Hello, Richard here. And today I want to show you my new compressor. This is a RocwooD 50, which I bought about 6-7 weeks ago. And I got this because this was my old trusty workhorse. I've had this about 20 years. My wife actually bought it for me for a Christmas present 20 years ago as part of a stapling kit or a nail gun kit. And it's done me well. I've used it all these years. It's been great for pumping up car tyres. I've done a bit of spraying with it. I've used it with air tools, so it's been okay. And for a little tiny sort of home hobby compressor, it's actually done quite well. But just before Christmas, I was using it to pump up the car tyres, and I noticed a little stream of rusty water leaking out one of the welds underneath. Now, that's bad. And we'll talk more about that towards the end of the video, because I want to make this a fairly quick video, a fairly quick review. And for that reason, this one has to be retired now. It's not safe to use, and this is what's replaced it. Now, as I say, I want to make this a really quick review video, so we're going to start with a conclusion at the beginning. Save your time, so you don't have to watch all the way to the end. But stick around to the end, and we'll talk a little bit more about this and second-hand compressors and the art of not blowing yourself up. Anyway, the conclusion. Is this any good? Yes, it is. Should you buy one? Yes, you should. I think if you've got a home workshop or you want to do light commercial stuff, then you're not really going to go very far wrong with one of these. I think it's absolutely excellent for the money. And talking of the money, these cost £208 in the UK, delivered from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description in case you're interested in this very same one. As I said, very briefly, it's a lot of compressor for your money. It's a 50-litre tank, and it puts out about 11 cubic feet a minute of volume, which is 300 litres a minute. Goes up to 8 bar. Being on wheels, it's highly portable. This is more portable than this one, believe it or not. This one you have to carry. And this one, you can just wheel it around, and it's actually very easy to wheel. Now, you may be wondering why I've got another compressor over here. This one over here, this is a Bambi 24. And what I'm going to do now is give you a really quick listen to the noise levels of them, because that's probably very important to you. If you're anything like me, just how noisy is it is probably one of your major questions. So we'll answer that straight away. And what I'll do, I'll fire them all up, and I'll stand next to each one and talk a little bit, and you can gauge the relative noise levels. So let's start over here with this one. Now, this one is dangerous, so I'm going to fire it up for a few seconds. So what I'll do, I'll fire it up, and then I'll talk over it to give you an idea of how loud it is. So I don't think you can hear me now, but yeah, that's pretty noisy. That's pretty typical for one of those, so that's enough of that. Let's switch over to the new one now. I'll give you an idea of how noisy that is, or not noisy. So that's a lot quieter. Hopefully now you can hear me talking over the top of it. Really quite pleasant. Yeah, I can sit in your workshop and not bother you all day long. So now we'll go over to the Bambi. Now I will say this is a specialist compressor. These are usually used by people like dentists. You'd find these in a dentist surgery, or rather you wouldn't find it because it'd be in a cupboard purring away. So let's fire that up. So this is basically like a fridge compressor. So these are super quiet, but they're also super expensive. So as I say, these are 208. These are more like sort of 550. But these are really only used for airbrushing and light stuff like that. You could probably use a mini spray gun with it for touching up stuff, but not a workshop thing. This is more of an indoor kind of airbrushy, arty kind of thing. So there you go. That's the noise levels of them all. In terms of throughput, as I say, this one's about 11 CFM. And I worked out with a 50-litre tank, you could probably run a 15 CFM HVLP spray gun off this for about 35, 40 seconds before it needed a bit of a recharge. So you could do fairly heavy work with this. You're not going to be spraying an entire car with it necessarily, but it's got plenty of throughput. And one of the things that this will enable me to do, which I couldn't do with this, was to get a sandblast cabinet. So this would quite happily run a little sandblasting cabinet. I say it won't run it all day long, but a 50-litre tank and plenty of puff, it's going to work on that quite nicely. Yeah, so in a nutshell, I'm really pleased with this. It's going to be my new workhorse compressor for at least the next 10 to 15 years. Talking of which, as I say, this is about 20 years old. And if you're thinking of buying a second-hand compressor, one thing to bear in mind is that compressors, especially hobby compressors that are sort of quite flimsily built, they have a finite lifespan. You can't buy a compressor and just run it forever. The main reason being that the tanks rust out, and no matter how often you drain it and how well you maintain it, the tanks are going to rust out. And as I say, with this one, there's actually rusty water dripping out from one of the welds, which, to be honest, I've been a bit sort of wary of this one for quite a few years. This is sort of one where I would like put it as far away as possible from me and run it on a really long hose because I didn't really fully trust it. I didn't use it heavily, but just bear that in mind. If you're thinking of buying a second-hand compressor, just ask yourself, is it really worth it? You know, the price of one of these, this has got a big compressor for £208. You can get one of these probably for about 100, I'm guessing. Secondhand, what, 40 or 50? Is it really worth the risk of not knowing its history? If you do go and look at a secondhand compressor, I'd definitely recommend you take a spanner with you or a pair of pliers and actually pop the drain plug and have a look at the water. And if you get orange liquid coming out, then just walk. It's not worth the risk. So yeah, looking forward to this featuring in many future projects, and hopefully it'll be notable by the absence of any noise.